For today's good question, Gene asks, there was talk and a vote to make daylight savings time the year-round time. What is the status of that now? I don't care which time is used. My request is to have no more changes. Well, Gene, I'm with you on this one, and there have been multiple attempts to stop switching clocks twice a year, but they keep failing. The latest effort was the Sunshine Protection Act of 2023. A similar measure passed the U.S. Senate in 2021, but it never made it out of the House. It was introduced again this year in March. So far, has only made it to the United States Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. Here in Kentucky, lawmakers have taken action. In 2022, lawmakers here passed a resolution urging the United States House of Representatives to pass and for President Biden to sign the Sunshine Protection Act of 2021. But as it stands right now, those clocks will fall back this November. If you have a good question, you can email goodquestion@wkyt.com. I'll see you on WKYT Mornings.